Okay, I guess we can start now. Just checking one or more two things here. Checking if everything's okay. Minimize this. Okay. I guess we can start. We're almost at the end as well, so let's get this over with. Let's load. Okie dokie. Start piling ourselves to full. Let me check. Authority, empathy. Yeah, I think I won't change anything else. Maybe the gloves, because I'm tired of looking at him. Honestly, the yellow big gloves. But yeah, whatever. Let's talk to him.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it.
Man, that cough.
How?
It's not really a cough. It's a wheeze. It doesn't sound really good. If you the generator, then use the console.
I should have burned that console down.
Maybe you should. How did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music.
Oh.
Playing on the water.
I blasted Sad FM yesterday.
Told you we shouldn't play Sad FM.
Okay, but you didn't say that, Kim.
I did.
It was not rock and roll, it was Sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness, a weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate, hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Nice gun you got there. It fits exactly the description of the murder weapon as well.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Belmar grave?
It's a 3-Angong 446.
A Samuran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
Sir, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the
Whoa,
holster.
calm down. Alright. No need to do anything hasty.
You
Alright.
glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
His elbows rest on the frame stock, calmly for now. But he may still get it in his hands. Looks like he knows the weapon. It's a good line,
Okay.
but your voice slips on, Commander, producing a little squeak. Sounds like you're afraid.
A big-time operator of the pederast army. How about I keep it, huh? Hand it over to a real killer. A Briskar.
The lieutenant
Whoop,
aims his
no,
pistol square
Kim.
at the man's forehead.
Come on.
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me, To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Oh, okay. Calm down, Kim. You can put
Like
the
an
gun away.
amputated limb in the
Okay.
sand.
Oh, okay. Pick up the gun lying in the
His
sand.
gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire. Still warm from his parched hands. Not the metal. The metal is ice cold. This weapon has been modified several times.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much
His
travel.
name is the Deserter.
Hieroglyphs
as well.
are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46 millimeter, made in Sinyao.
It's as he said, it's a Triangong, made in Xinyao.
No one said it has to be a Belmagrave. We were just guessing.
From ballistics, it could easily have been a Triangong, too.
Oh, now you tell us visual
It
calculus.
doesn't
Okay.
matter if it was made in Shanti Shanti. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition,
Yeah.
and it does.
This uses jacket ammunition for 46.
The right type and the right calibre.
He's liking this.
The rifle has been patched and modified several
I
times.
wonder how old it is.
The old man does not answer. He just stares in front of him.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. Some kind of involuntary response. Something is slightly off with his motorings.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
How long have you been in this island?
43 years.
Damn.
Oh,
All
I've been
alone.
on other islands too.
Shit.
I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years?
43 years and 10 months.
I don't even know what that is. That's insane.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41. Two police officers step out of the whirling rags.
Yo, Val, what's
cafeteria.
up?
Satellite officer
Good morning.
Jean-Vic Mayer inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic in dark red government-marked heavy fuel oil.
Apparently this guy has been on this island for 43 years. Doing nothing but fishing. Oh, you're a bit sick, man. Yeah. I wish you a speedy recovery, man. That sucks. Um, Two police officers step out, rolling at cafeteria. Satellite officer, blah, blah, blah.
Patrol officer Judith Illo points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk.
We need in 15 minutes.
The
Okay.
officers go, leaving behind the writing.
It's a comfy life.
Still smelling of petroleum. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
Yeah. You announced it on Twitter. I saw that actually. Return always when you feel
Always
better, right?
waiting
For what?
for her to return.
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution.
Girl Child Revolution.
Always.
I'm afraid she's gone. She better come. I too have given my life to Mazovian socioeconomics. I dare not dream anymore. Nothing in history is guaranteed, but revolution is still a possibility. I'm afraid she's gone.
The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
You said it deserted your unit. Yeah, because it's called a deserter.
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered.
Damn.
I had a
That's
lapse
young as
of
fuck.
faith. And of courage, too.
Lapse of faith.
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism.
Mm-hmm.
A second is all it took
For what?
for reaction to take hold.
What's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
This guy has a very distorted vision of reality. It wasn't reaction, you were just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
And this was when?
He is still not convinced of his safety. You should not be either.
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic.
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower, huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
What then?
I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers underground, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the ordnance all night and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
He looks at the sky. What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too. Shattered.
I hear that there's a book that happens on the same universe as Disco Elysium that tells all about this. I kind of want to read it. Okay.
They'd all drowned in
think
the
it's called The
lower
Pale or
levels,
something.
got torn to shreds above.
It's
The
official
anti-aircraft
stuff.
gun
Like,
had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seeing what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know
What?
that the bourgeois are not human.
That's a bit extreme, don't you think? You've lost your mind. That's definitely enough now.
The old man does not say more. Those black eyes of his keep piercing you as he looks to some great distance and shakes his head slowly, retreating from it.
Where's this place? This island?
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
And what was used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol.
Right, yeah.
We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
Yeah, that explains all of the reinforced concrete structures around here. Kind of like protection from airborne fire. You mean the landing, retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it
Very
Operation
thick structures.
Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
First, I'm not one of them.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
Someone who's come to end this madness. Murderers. I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it. Iblis,
Iblis?
the black-eyed angel.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
What you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since
Oh,
winter.
shit.
Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
Yeah, he has
The RCM can provide
Probably has
medical
cancer.
services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
Probably has tuberculosis or something. How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of... I don't even know what. Inferno?
I also have holes in my brain. You notice the lieutenant is about to say something.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins.
Communism.
And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequencies dead.
How'd you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker.
That explains
Not
the guns.
anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
The weapons cache under Saint-Guilain 22B in the basements. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must
Yeah, I
have been
did.
a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were damaged beyond use.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
Wait, how did he get down there?
How did you access the building? It's locked, at least now it is.
I didn't have to. Came in through the storm drains.
Oh,
Storm drains?
There used to be a system that connected the bunkers, tunnels
tunnels
and such,
under the church.
and everywhere. Most of them are gone now, collapsed, just bricks. All the old infrastructure has...
Okay, I didn't know that actually. I wonder if we can find those. Why didn't you just walk
I
there?
don't want to. They're all traitors.
You're
Pigs,
disgusted about those
rabbits,
people.
and
Okay.
dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
There's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Kill themselves.
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore.
Damn.
It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
We're not coalition appointed. We just try to help people.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste d'Insolande.
The Communist Party of Insulina.
Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
Calm down now.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit.
So you're a communist soldier from the communist army.
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the defense corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Wait, what does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the Commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology.
That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
Say nothing. Now, I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
I assume so.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Okay.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while.
But what?
This is what you live for. This is the shit. The great serotonin jackpot.
What, killing people?
Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped? You use that gun to shoot and kill Colonel, the security contractor, Krano?
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it. You're in.
The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling in Rex. Did you shoot him? The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth night of March 4th.
Oh yes, that one.
Okay.
Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the Commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
So he did kill him. Examples of proof to show that you have him anyway. There is little proof in his resistance.
The gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener.
Yeah.
The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
Something I can't remember. Come on, what am I forgetting?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn
Slapped myself in the
The
forehead.
dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
My head hurts now. Oh
There
yes.
were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're revolutionary symbols from the war.
Right.
Nowhere else, nowhere in all of Martinez have you seen them this spring. Wait, don't forget the footprints.
Slapped
The
myself one more
diagonal
time.
prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now they're gonna come up.
Footprints, diagonal prints. Here they come up. Oh, of course. Thank you, thank you, Ed. Thank
You
you.
got it. Remember, the boot prints were like no modern soul.
Yeah, he was there.
Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal.
True.
Nothing else comes up. You see the lieutenant watch you. Try to stimulate thought processes by hitting yourself. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
God.
this didn't do anything. Usually hurting yourself does.
Officer. A word?
No, I'm almost there. Just let me have a few more punches. Nah, excuses for a moment, Mr. Dross.
I think we may have this.
Do you think he did it?
From nothing to this in a day. This is good, Lieutenant Gefreiter. We just need a confession first, and then maybe a solid motive later.
I'm slapping myself to get
I
ideas.
can see that, yes. I'm not judging.
I'm trying to get him to
Yes,
confess.
good going. That should be our first priority.
How do you think the questioning is going?
Good. We are doing very good. He wants to confess, I can see that. We just need to pile it on a little more. The more we have on him, the closer he is.
What am I missing? What haven't I done?
Ballistics. Let him cook
Right.
here for a minute or two. We can
Let
have
him
another look
cook.
around the island for a sniper's
Okay.
nest. I think
Alright.
we should check out the post.
Okay.
He doesn't have to hold in court. Just establish a line of sight and he'll do the rest himself.
Okay, let's do this.
Remember, he wants to tell us, but he doesn't want to help us. It needs to look like we already have everything.
There is palpable excitement in his tone. He likes him for this. A lot. But there's something more, too.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
I'm gonna invest 1 point in composure. Just so I can do this. Assess his body language.
I ain't got.
Do I have composure things? I should have tried first and then spent the point. I'm dumb. That was kind of stupid of me. Composure. Let's see. If I fail, well, my fault. Ça va faire. Okay. Any composures in the chat? They have these pants. Okay. I have +3 composure now.
Minions of capital.
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild,
He's surprisingly okay.
indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there.
This is
It
totally
capable
Infinity
of
Nikki.
expressing complicated ideas.
This game
Above all,
predicted
He
everything.
seems animated.
But this is the opposite of a fashion. This is like dress the worst possible, the worst possible way. I mean, animated by what?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system.
Okay, continue.
Great leaps of emotion, from anger to grief, despair.
Dementia?
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile.
Wouldn't a fall temper be a byproduct of his life?
Perhaps, but his seems more than that. The inner turmoil takes unexpected turns, as if forced on him in a way. In summary, you sense some underlying neurological disorder.
Mr. Droz, are you okay? How is your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
That's a stupid question.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
One more time, Mr. Droz, the Colonel. We need to talk about you killing him.
Petty bourgeois law. This is all you care about, right? The only thing in the world for you types.
A drop of blood in the saliva.
There were Maybells behind the victim's window.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly, nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
Haven't seen these flowers anywhere. Elsie and Martinet is only here. A young woman called Clasier. Ring any bells? These dried flowers were behind her window.
Classier.
You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary. You
With
killed,
the victim.
you bastard. Yes.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst. Almost. But you need one more. Just one. Or maybe two.
Or maybe 3. We don't know. I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who
I
cares
didn't
what
mean
brand
that,
my
but
shoes are? Sansa? Some shit.
Show me the souls, please, Mr.
Fucking imbecile.
but the old man stretches out his leg, a black and white sparrow on the so running shoes on his
The
feet.
maker is called Sansariq, and the size is 42 to 44.
Doesn't that correspond to the
The
footprints?
size fits, but not
Yeah.
the soul.
Oh, fuck. Oh no. Fuck. 42%, come on.
Sire,
Yes.
he doesn't have to be wearing them right
Right.
now.
Yeah. People change shoes. Doesn't mean you weren't there. Near the room the victim died in. Sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They
Mhm.
must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance. More. He's gonna crack. But you need a little more.
I don't need your cooperation. I've got this. You're a communist attacked to a dead man. He told me communism killed him. This is a lunatic. Here.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistols. I've seen you prance around with those. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons, eh? Going against automatic rifles with a flame bomb. Of course you got all those boys killed.
Yeah, I sure did that, and I missed as
Damn,
well.
he saw you. He's watched it happen.
Yeah,
So
that's
he saw you.
embarrassing.
Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Right. We saved a lot of them, Alan, and that musician. We handled it. Yeah.
Like fuck you did. I watched it happen.
It was a complete
You let those
disaster, he's right.
beasts rip right into them. You got that girl killed like it was nothing.
Yeah, I felt it a check that was extremely high. I was just unlucky. Come
None
on.
of those people mean anything to you. The vultures feed on this city, and you prepare the meal for them.
So you watched the fight. Did you like what you saw? The mayhem. It was all your doing, your plan. You got them killed.
Yeah, if he didn't kill the mercenary, none of this would have happened. So, yeah.
You don't know anything.
Oh, we know. Stop changing the subject. We have the murder
You
weapon.
know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
Dramatically ask, you think we have the murder weapon? I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
The old man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds and then twitches once more.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a rapist. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law. I'm not saying he didn't deserve
Beating
it.
us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
So you kill them.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling,
Yeah, let him talk.
while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
Just now.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase, and I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
You are a sick fuck. It was 1 kilometer away too. It was like insane shots. And then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
And you were looking at Dan, the victim and a young woman, having sex through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't
Extract the
understand
motive.
this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
Tremor passes his right side, lowering intensity.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
So he's like, he was seeing the city constantly through his scope.
And if you don't like it?
He shoots that thing.
Click.
Yeah. You pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them fucking.
Jealousy?
I didn't
Yeah.
like that.
It was jealousy. So we were jealous.
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself, drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
Jesus.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
This man has seen past her, like you did. And now he longs to see her covered in blood. To punish her.
How long have you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have a skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
She was probably hiding her her passport and like personal information, right? Documents. What do you think she hid there?
Her passport,
Okay,
her
yeah.
ticket to Villiers, and from there to Cachet Brut.
Some kind of hidden container on the coast. You looked into it? I wonder if we can find it.
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible.
Probably.
Well
right?
made, actually.
Yeah.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did
Yeah.
you take the documents?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them?
Yeah, he
I'm
doesn't
not
need them,
going to
right?
phone. Oh, I mean,
Moving on. Did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook, on the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair.
Yeah, she's
I
a
heard
spy,
about this
right?
kind of
She's
thing on the radio.
she's used to do this. So, how did you see all this? The bruises that she was beaten.
I'm not blind, am I?
How does he know those minute details about her body?
It quickly comes to you.
The bruises on her body. Any chances you've seen them through a hole in the wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating
Did you make that hole?
with a clip point knife.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Ever see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
You've been through the secret routes behind the whirling in rags. Those were your footprints there. You didn't change your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
He keeps shaking his head.
You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know.
Left spare
15
keys.
years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
You wanted to punish her, so you killed him.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
While he stands here and rots.
You saw through her. So did I. She did deserve a good punishing. I hate women too, you know. I'm not like that. I don't think like that. You saw through her.
You're delusional. There's nothing to see in the soul of the bourgeois woman. It's the same as the surface. Sick hedonism and desperation.
Not like that. I don't think like that.
No one gives a shit what you think. You and your cronies kill 10 working-class men a day. I've heard the statistics on Channel 8.
So in conclusion, it wasn't about him. It was about her.
Her.
Now the twitch in the corner of his eye.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away, but she let us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the seafront.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week,
Yeah, she noticed
island.
eventually.
like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
Midtown. Across the Bay of Rivershell, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lusan's Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Look north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving, for another, far south, smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible if she didn't squint her eyes. There, on a dilapidated jetty in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. The ruins of a seafort stick out of the water, built by Philippe II, reappropriated by the commune, then lost in the landing. He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer points at the ruins. Behind that anti-aircraft
That's why we can't see him.
That's why we can't see him. Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then.
They're waiting
I
for
know
me.
this interesting little place. Where? His voice trails off as the 3 walk down the jetty. As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification like a rotten tooth rising out of the water. Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something good for this.
Like, they're so good at, like, describing, like, everything. I can imagine, like, a scene happening, even though I'm not watching it live here on the game. I can imagine it.
We
Continue.
could get more. We've got him talking.
Yeah.
You could get more out of him. He likes talking. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Let me see if we have some more questions first. Be looking at anything else you haven't killed?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst. Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries. Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare?
Yes,
Probably, yeah.
the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Anything more?
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins.
In the past.
Intense, like animals. Like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
Those boom boom morons are good people, man. He keeps talking, he keeps shaking his head with sorrow for the side he missed. That all?
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on a yacht, licking her
Joyce.
lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there. While the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Koyamorang, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Damn. He's talking about Renee when he mentioned the old cock, right? Parading around in his uniform. But I think he's dead or no. But yeah. Say nothing. Say
That's
nothing.
all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least
fucked
that
up.
old cunt, Frisell, is now dead.
Now I have some questions about this.
We did good when we pushed him under the horse car. Until, in the
Oh.
30s, those disco whores.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter.
Sounded like profanity, but I'm
And
not sure.
Cyprian on her yacht? Joyce? Probably. Boom boom morons on thin ice. Going under. Those are the tent kids.
Yes, I figured. You mentioned the Union is social democratic, and Mr. Clare a farce of a social democrat. That will drench Sucrans in boats. By the cock parading in his colorful uniform, you mean René?
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot's plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A Patank maniac,
What the
race
fuck?
traitor.
Whoa, let's back off. Let's back off before you get too agitated. Now, I don't know
I
about...
remember him. I remember him from Lanos. Not him personally, his make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one, that one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
I wonder if he shot him as well with the sniper. Just like he did with the mercenary. There's no one there.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross, shoot me.
You'd like to kill him?
Not yet. I like to look at him.
Okay,
strut
so he didn't
around,
kill him. Okay.
Place the crosshair on his medals.
He died of
right on
old
his
age.
face, and just fiddle
Quote
the
unquote.
trigger. Think about it. Let the bonbon melt in my mouth.
Save the treat for later.
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, René. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen him around lately.
Yeah,
Strutting
about
around.
that.
Must be
About
down with
that.
arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
Renee is dead. He died of old age a couple of days ago.
No,
Yes,
I waited too long.
you did.
I waited too long, and now he's dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for a long time.
They're all dead now. Fuck it.
You cared about him.
All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. And now, God damn this world.
He reminded him of himself. The same hatred. The same. You try to think of something else. But no. It's just hatred.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
Are you okay, Mr. Joss? To go on?
You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had. To love. To colonize the Pale. It's all fucked.
This doesn't seem a good idea.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure.
Disco horse?
I don't even care about those whores anymore. Get it over with. Take me in.
Rene must have been quite a loss for him. Maybe you could still get him to talk about things that don't require as much rage, because it's not there anymore.
You mentioned the Union is social democratic, and Mr. Clare a farce of a social
I
democrat.
don't want to talk about goddamn social democrats. Traitors is all they are. Brain dead.
Rene still presses on his mind.
Damn, I should have asked all of this first, maybe. The boom boom morons on the ice.
They were boom imbeciles. At least they're not there anymore. What more is there to say? They're duped by bourgeois culture. I've seen that kind pop up, like worms after the rain.
The blood-drenched Sukhan on her boats. What is a Sukhan?
Who fucking cares?
I'm glad we talked about this now.
Glad we talked about what?
I want to ask again about the people you don't like.
His lip curled.
Okay.
Glad we talked
Nothing
about
else?
what?
Okay, Josef Lilianovich Dross. You are under arrest for the murder of Colonel here in Martinez.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
To the what? Oh, he changed the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been
What
exhibiting.
the hell?
The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Kim?
But...
Kim is afraid. Do you understand, sir? Kim is
No,
afraid.
I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Quite the mood swing.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
First say, does it have room for 3? Perception. So we need perception. Here. I'll put 1. Let me see. 58%. Come on.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it,
What?
something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
Shush, Kim, do you hear
What?
that?
What are you talking about? Is this really us?
Your skin crawls.
What the hell? What the fuck is that? Oh, this is the... Oh, fuck. This is the phasmid, isn't it? The stick bug.
A delicate tangle of arms and
Oh,
legs
yeah.
unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then
What
just
the
stand there,
fuck?
moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
What is that?
What
Point to
are
it.
you talking about?
The giant stick insect.
There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3
Whoa.
meters tall.
The portrait.
It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head.
Shit, it's coming closer.
You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
I've finally gone insane. There is. I see it.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one
Look at
small
him.
thing in the reeds.
Holy shit. Can you see it?
I can see it.
Oh, fuck.
4 simple words.
I'm not crazy.
If you can see, then you're not insane.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
insane.
really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Yeah, if Kim can see it, then it's the real shit. Man, imagine if Morel was here and Lena, the cryptozoologists.
Very careful.
Man, giant arthropod, okay. We can, yeah, get out of safe.
The
Hello.
creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces
Damn,
a
the sounds.
faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
Listen carefully.
You smell.
You smell. This is the Elysium phasmid.
It is.
Painstakingly.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open extremely carefully. It's the camera. No, the flash will scare the creature off.
Yeah,
Warn him now.
Kim, the flash is loud. He won't like
We
that.
need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
Stop. Let me approach it
I
first.
won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
You see the
Don't.
phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
I have the pheromone. I can approach
I
it.
don't think the pheromone will do anything.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its
Okay.
antennae taking their measure of the air.
Say
Slowly.
something to it quietly. Something like, you
A
exist.
sudden chirrup fills the air. The walking stick moves its whole body, limbs working independently of each other, like the parts of a masterfully constructed machine. It moves just an inch closer to you. Or does it only feel like it does? Something in its body language has changed, just slightly.
72%. What's your chemistry? You have more points? No, I don't. Good. 83%, come on. Okay.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows, like laughter, a sort of happiness. Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it, your chemicals.
Yeah, that check actually got me nervous. I thought I was going to fail it.
Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right
Thank God I
below
had
it
that-
now, looking
that
up
skill
at
point.
the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
Hello, I'm Mary. I don't really know who I am. Raise your hands
The
slowly.
insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you.
Calm down,
Below
slowly.
its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence.
Raise the other hand too. Um,
As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, as if each has a mind of its own. They are white, like stalks of porcelain, knitting above you, shifting around in the reeds around it. In the muddy water, you notice some of its hind legs apparently standing on the water from time to time. It's that light.
Hello, I'm Mary. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell, like you've never felt before, like burnt roses.
Game, it's foaming.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell, like summer burning.
Tell me, what are you doing?
I exist.
Ooh. I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
It's wunderbar. I'm Hill. I'm Hill.
What is your illness?
My Hill is in my... I'm Hill in my head. I'm insane. That's how it is for me.
I am not. There isn't even a central nervous system in my head. Only mouth parts. We're eating white blood clots.
Such a cute
Now I will
voice.
tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images. A kind of darkness. Being intruded upon. Transient. Dim.
Intruded upon? By what?
Shapes of plants and animals. And internal sensations. A swarm of sounds. Tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel. Weightless. So light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul. And if I did, it would never ache.
I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument. The fuck is happening to me right now? You're the type of animal I would like to be. I'm glad to be me, an incredible sensitive instrument.
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you. With all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation. Even when you're sleeping, and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great, mute empathy for you.
It was very disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together.
That must be incredibly hard. The Arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching. When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on, rooting for you. And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. Bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me, because I'm just a leaf eater.
Yeah, sometimes ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Detective,
Detective? What?
arriving.
Oh, arriving? I am a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
Oh, I was born to detect you.
Yes, No one detected me for such a long, long time. For thousands of years. I dithered, out of sight. Trapped myself in greenery.
This is my masterpiece.
No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping of blood that smells like strawberries. Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years.
This is definitely not a dream because Kim is also watching. Where does this come from? All this around us, the world.
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
We need to know. Perhaps it's sent to us by a god. Then all we can do is beat our fists against it day after day with no answer. Day after day with no
You can
answer.
also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Yum yum. Or read.
Wait, so
So you look like a reed and you eat reeds.
Yes, they don't mind.
No. Okay. If that's the case, I guess it's okay. Have you accidentally eaten another reed, Phasmid?
Yes, I once cloned
Oh.
myself and ate the little ones. It
Oh.
was winter, and I woke up at the wrong time. It
Oh.
was an accident.
I'm sorry for you. What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys. I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me.
So, the deserter, the man we just stalked, lived with you for 43 years without noticing you. Is that what you're telling me?
I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions until
That's
I was
crazy.
accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
That's insane.
No, you are.
True.
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while it is you who are a total extreme madness. A volatile simian nerve system ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
We finally got to know about the pile.
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away
Me?
at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
Is the pale mankind or something? I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
How?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink.
I won't.
You misplace us all one day, or just forget.
Blink quick. Nah, I'm not gonna blink. But I want to blink and undo 12 billion years in a matter of expansion. I have already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much. I will be extra careful not to blink and stick insect, don't worry.
Please be. Or one day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
Okay, what does it look
You're
like?
just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
The case is meaningless compared to this. I have totally transcended the case. So,
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
is this a dream? What is happening?
No, you're awake. I am real.
Okay, just as I thought.
Light is forming me.
Mm-hmm.
This is real.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That's all. That was all.
No, there is one more.
Of all the creatures I've met, you are the kindest. That you are the scariest. Are the most beautiful. Are the kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman. Turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For all mankind.
I will try to forget her.
She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
I know. Okay, Kim, take the picture.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera
Flashbang.
cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned,
Godlike
toward the
art.
lieutenant,
Right here.
hypnotized by the flash. It
I mean,
stands
puddle.
frozen before you.
I got it.
Slowly reach out and touch the creature's whisker.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish.
I think Kim would have fit like the photo. He should be like on the left corner, pointing at the insects, like that emote. I think that would be pretty funny. Cool ticklish.
The sensation is electrifying, resounding through your body.
He's like, whoa, look at it. We found it. It's everybody,
It
yeah.
is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet. Looks like someone's got hurt in a fight. This antennae is much smaller than the other one.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Look at your finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture.
I think
The
that's a bad
creature in
idea.
front of you stays frozen.
I think I'm gonna get drugged.
It tastes like
Fuck it.
sugar,
Oh,
very faint. The anthropod towers above you, tufts of reeds pointing from limb and head alike,
okay.
odorless,
It's okay.
mostly comprised of water.
Right, sweet water. Carefully pat its side like 4
The
arms.
limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the
Lighter than
creature
a
over.
reed.
Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing. Warning!
Pull your hand away.
A sudden shiver passes the limb. Looks like the creature is awakening, wave by wave from its stupor.
Okay. We got it.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
Disengage slowly.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
Alright. Go live your life. Bye bye. And there he goes. So, back to our
And
suspect.
Just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it. In the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone.
With his hand raised to his brow. Okay. Can walk on water? What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
Ooh. He can walk on water?
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What?
I've seen some water striders. Nothing nearly as big as that.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
But first, let me just check this. Oh. Oh, this is a scope. This scope. And this is like the one of the pieces of the armor that the Cranel were using. Cool. Alright. It's kind of useless because I don't have the other pieces. I only have the helmets. So yeah. Man, so many clothes. And you got the scope. Nice. Hello again. Sorry
What
for
is
that
it?
intermission.
What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid?
Mr. Dras?
The man does not respond.
This man
He
is
keeps
broken.
staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking with fear and longing, like an addict of some terrible substance.
Snap your fingers under his nose.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility.
Ah,
The
shit.
good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Dras?
You won't
His
resist.
trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this
Okay.
and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What has happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
I think it's a phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
Well, he probably... Well, my assumption is that he was exposed to the neurotoxin that the phasmid was, like, liberating for 43 years straight.
There's much.
I think that might have been
Remember what it
the
said
cause.
when
I
it
don't know.
spoke? Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
I couldn't see it, Kim. It just reads for him.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dras,
No response.
Maybe this is how the phasmid has stayed hidden all these years.
then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time?
Yeah, exactly.
Teenagers, kids, drunks?
He was
sightings
exposed
of
to
witches?
it, like,
Perhaps not credible.
for a long, long
But
time.
anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yeah, you forget it's there. Yeah.
Mr. Dras, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds?
Oh man, I think he,
The doctors will have to look at this.
yeah,
I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57.
hope so.
This is a little advanced for a nurse.
We need the best neurologists there is. Before, when I evaluated his states, he seemed strangely animated.
He was energetic and articulate.
Mhm.
After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse.
Perhaps this animation is induced by something in the phasmid.
He does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean,
Yeah.
why not? It's 3 meters tall.
He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it in its
He
company?
did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report.
Yeah, it will
Thank
be.
God we have the photo.
We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should.
Show him the detached scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross?
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. with the help of a Magpie phasmid. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being.
Ceramic helmets is probably... let's show him, why
Nothing.
not? Yeah.
Just
there's,
dull staring. Not even rage left,
he doesn't
wherever
care.
he is.
I'm going to let you rest now, Mr. Dross.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal. The strength has all gone out of him. Just frail old bones in a sack of tracksuit trousers and a windbreaker.
Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Okay, let's investigate this area first. If we don't miss anything. Wait, but boats is a one-way trip, right? As she said. We probably don't have enough fuel to get back. We need to find another reserve of fuel. What is this? Okay. Let me see. What is in here? Nothing. Makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. Can we just leave willy-nilly? We can just...
The skiff is swaying on the waves
Oh, we can return,
by
okay.
the dock.
Okay, let's return to the mainland.
Let's. We are done here.
Right. As he looks out of the water.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet, but for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you.
Yeah, we will send help to pick him
Two
up.
men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a
Oh
nameless
boy.
village, looking at a small yellow boat as
Alright.
it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
I think this is it. Let me put 1 point in Shivers because Shivers is the goat. It's my signature stat, as the game calls it. This boat is floating freely in the water.
Look
Everyone's
what the tide
here.
brought him.
Oh man, says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Forget about all this. There's a
You're
giant...
not forgetting about anything. Look at you,
No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
bothered by it. Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant.
Damn, that bad?
Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I barely talk to you.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trond Heidelstam, Battle Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
Hello.
We've come to scrape what's left of you after pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us. We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Thank you,
It's
Lieutenant.
good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
She says warmly, flashing the lieutenant the tiniest of smiles.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
Oh god, what's this about?
Harry, we want to help you. Trant, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations. a
okay.
little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trant, it's too late. You're part of this shit now.
Yep.
What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Oh, shit, kid. Wait, is he talking to me? How did you know I was
The
here?
cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
Oh, that's right. I set his establishment and still he betrays me? The general direction whirling and yell, "Damn you, cafeteria manager, you betrayed me for the last time." I understand. Okay. Garth told you.
And people on the street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk.
He probably talked with, man, what was his name? Doomed Spiral? Yeah, whatever his name is. You weren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true.
That is kind of true.
And it
Yeah.
was. Good
Yeah.
work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
Dude, being insane during this playthrough actually helped me a lot. I'm actually surprised. Actually, I suspected something was off. I don't like being lied to, actually.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
You had the worst fucking disguise ever.
Judging by the familiarity you feel toward him,
It's insane how bad
2
it
years
was.
minimum,
You didn't
or
even
maybe
try.
a short but close stint on the task force.
You never told me you were not horse-faced woman. So, Trent Idlestam turns out to be Special Consultant Trent Idlestam.
Yes, I'm Tran Heilestam. I never said I wasn't Tran Heilestam.
Wait, what was up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
Oh, it was really your son. Okay. Oh yeah? Oh, okay, sorry.
No problem.
So, where are you special consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on.
Okay. Sorry about that. You never told me you're not the horse-faced woman.
Lieutenant, my name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
We're still friends. I just have a stupid head.
Okay. Because you're my commanding officer, I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training.
Duped again. No one's who they say they are.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Gardener, scab leader, this. Tell me, at least you are. You said you were.
Yes, I'm still Kinki Solagi, still a lieutenant from Precinct 57.
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
You mentioned the task force.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Heidelstown, and Guillaume Baby.
He never mentioned that name.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Man, Jean-Vic Mer is fucking ruthless. First, who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Okay, so what does the unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
Sorry.
They're your posse. or what remains of it. Hand-picked, hand-lost.
The 41st isn't...
Where have you been all this time?
Where have we been? We've been fucking off as far as I remember.
He crosses his arms.
You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die.
Yeah, that was kinda true. Why would you leave a literal police god? Why didn't you detect or die then? All I will burn, tell Officer Vicmare. Make no mistake about it. Why didn't you detect or die then?
You think it was cool you saying that?
Yeah.
Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here.
I don't need you.
Breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss. None of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. Like you told us to.
Good. None of this is ringing any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic. As displayed in a station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Wait, socioeconomically? You think I'm so poor I lost my memory? I drank so much I lost my memory, and now I'm slowly recovering it. Fantasy is a stupid joke. I might have something to do with an anomaly in the church. I'm highly experimental detective. This was a method I used to solve the case. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Son of fucking Long here. Detective far out son of Long on the case.
Oh, Son of Long again. Yeah. Is it really so hard to believe?
He has indeed had the possibility before. I have trouble believing him, of course, but he seems to want to convince himself of it. And I've seen him work. His methods are unorthodox.
With all due respect, Lieutenant, you're bewitched by the shit, kid. It happens.
Shut the
What
fuck up.
doesn't happen is a cop wiping his own memory to solve a case. In fact, it's not possible to wipe one's memory at all, even with the amount of pot and Pilsner he downs every hour. He's simply lying, or insane, or both.
Detective Vigmare, I'm not saying he's the son of Lung, but lying? I mean, he has blacked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input, hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless.
I was
I'm
thinking
glad
the
we
same.
got you.
What the fuck is he talking
Really?
about?
Will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
Yeah.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
What is bro mumbling about? I'm ready to lead again. Line detective is good for now. He's wrong. I'm too far gone for work. All of you, I don't want to be in your unit. I'm ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
Dude, if I didn't get shot during that tribunal, I would have solved the case in like 4 days. So, Disability
They
pension.
can keep that pension. You're rock solid. You can put your clothes on hard.
What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really? Just stand there.
Yeah, just stand there. It's cool.
Really?
No, now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Oh, that's about that. It was me, stolen by traffic hooligans. I'm gonna be honest, right?
Ah,
They
so
know.
refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip.
No problem.
It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
Got my badge right here.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth
Oh,
plastic,
fuck.
and the badge slips out of your hand.
Please catch it. Okay, that's easy.
Not today, badge.
Behold my
And your
badge.
gun?
Gun. I have a new gun now. I've upgraded my gun to a rifle. Oh shit. I may have pawned it. Anyway, it's gone now. Gun. I upgraded my rifle to a new
I
gun
don't
now.
care if you have a new gun. I only care about your old gun. Your official sidearm. You lost it, didn't you?
Fuck. Come on, man. Surely my old gun was worse than the one I have now, right? I have a rifle, for God's sake. I don't have that. I don't have the sidearm. This is a great gun. Maybe it's not some kind of flashy sidearm, but
I
still.
don't care. Where is the gun the RCM gave you to kill people with? Where is that one?
Jesus. I don't have that. I don't have the
I
sidearm.
knew it. I told you you wouldn't have it.
This isn't cause for celebration. It's bad.
Oh shit.
I would say it's very bad. Yes.
It's still
You're
government
drunk
property.
Like an asshole, Harry. Please put the
Fuck.
stolen firearm away before you kill someone.
I try not to, but I can't work as well without it. I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again.
So you forgot to drink? I don't.
That's
buy
right.
it.
I
Why do you smell
haven't
like a corpse then?
haven't drank a single time. Yeah, that's very bad.
He's wounded.
I
It's
may have
been a
forgotten
long
to do
week,
that
and
side
he's
quest.
handled an actual corpse.
Oops. Oopsie doopsie. It's been a long week. Handle the actual corpse. No idea what you're smelling. Wash that off me. Wait, it may be because of the pheromone. Yeah, I've handled an actual
I
corpse.
don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape, a certain Classier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've
No,
read the report, Sari.
that's...
Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's.
Oh.
We know.
Ay. Caraças. Clausier, she was some kind of spy from the Occidents. Specially trained.
Ah, well, if she was specially trained, I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, the one who shot herself in the head.
Oh no.
Or the fact that you're Evra Claire's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote.
I'm also Joyce's peon. I've solved the one like drug trafficking gig for her as well.
Compared to the 8
Ow.
people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
Yeah, he was,
He
right?
did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk
Yeah,
to
you
his
tell him.
person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
I also solved the case. It's solved. All of it. Yeah, it was a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you? Yeah, exactly. Where
Don't
were
make
you?
this harder for yourself.
Oh.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation. You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take
On the case?
on Lieutenant Geoffretor Dubois?
Okay, here we go.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
That's right.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue.
I am clean,
He likes
sober.
to apologize profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer. It's just strange, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist.
Am
A
I?
man of the center, not prone to
Oh.
political outbursts, which is commendable,
Okay.
but also at odds with his behavior. Other still, he is also a Mazovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating the ruling class. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know, but he is vocal on both of them. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything.
I am a can
And he
opener.
doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke.
Okay,
Which,
that's.
by the way, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Shut up.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he
This
solved
this
it.
fucking guy.
We have a confession, a murder weapon, and
I want
the
him to stick him better
perpetrator
than me.
locked on the island right
I bet he
now,
can't.
awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Or
New species.
Oh shit. Fuck. I skipped back to a new
a
species.
colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
Show him the photo.
He takes out the photo and shows it to the officers across the yard. Rain comes down. He covers the glossy photo of the phasmid with his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Oziana. Boom shakalaka, motherfucker. So, as you can see, I am a pretty okay detective.
Fucking hell. Is this somehow connected to the case?
Detective?
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, but also...
Yes, I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the
Well
phasmid's
said,
presence.
well said.
Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary.
Damn,
I don't even have words for it.
Yes.
they are
It really does
impressed.
make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness.
I also started a nightclub in the church. They'll probably hate me for this one. Also, the phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest. The killer, Lilianovic, draws. We have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
I don't have time for this. Straight to the motive,
Of
please.
course, excuse me. I just thought it was noteworthy.
Yeah, shut up. He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
It's way more than that.
It's more than that. It's a perfect folding mechanism, like the phasmid.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
Oh my
God
god.
damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something.
I even
It will
showered.
pass in time.
It will pass in time. Okay. Also, the phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things.
There were items, yeah. It had gathered items in its nest, an helmet and a scope.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
It could have been a male, actually.
Must be robust if it can move a helmet with its limbs.
It could maybe roll it, like a dung beetle.
I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
Observation.
Well, then it wouldn't matter if it's a male or female. The bower would just be rudimentary behavior
yeah,
from
it's
before the parthenogenetic mutation.
Yeah, they don't have.
Very interesting.
They don't need to be
Such organisms are
opposite
extremely
sex-
vulnerable to disease.
sexes.
A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here.
In his mind, he's already planning a nature reserve and knows a good guy for that.
It had mandibles that looked like hair, and it was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Without it,
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still.
There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How did you know I found
The
him?
body was transported to Precinct 41, our
Mhm.
morgue.
Okay,
I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
right.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
I also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is.
Route Saint-Guilain 10, a commercial building where all businesses go bankrupt. I looked into it.
Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper.
The dice maker and the plaisance as
Of
well.
course. Call it community outreach, right?
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment, it seemed like you were just wasting time.
I confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad.
Kuno.
You don't want to know.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I mean, at this point, anything is but the drink.
I also started a nightclub in the church.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
The sun turned the left around, and I discovered. I started and explored. What the hell? A 2mm hole in the world.
That's
yeah.
great. Entrepreneurship is a great new career for you. After police officer. I don't care. Go live in the Pale.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject.
Yeah, I knew this was a bad subject
I
to
don't
bring.
want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude,
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
You haven't been drinking, she thinks. So, maybe this time.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait, I have a few questions before we go about who I
The
am.
man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am I?
Are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
Everyone approved. Let's go. What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but
But before?
you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
No way, I was a flagellant monk. Uh, you're a wizard, Harry. What?
Harry,
A wizard?
it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the
You're a
bicep
gym teacher,
curls,
Harry.
your inexplicable facial hair.
Yeah, I missed the joke. Fuck. The missed girth, your inexplicable facial hair. The collection of fun sportswear I'm
Your
amassed.
love of retro-style dance music, how you're able to perform a 360-degree spin kick.
That is true.
The raw, robust stamina output. Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy. And this guy, too. God, even this javelin throwing freak here.
When was this? When was I a gym teacher?
In your 20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
Oh, you said in Couronne. I was a gym teacher there.
Yes, you taught gym in Cool. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The
Gotcha.
smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests.
Probably
you can
that's
take
the reason. I don't know. Why did I join the RCM
The
then?
regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning,
It was
walking from
her.
Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
Okay, I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that.
I do run
Even
everywhere,
honest
don't
to God
I?
gym teacher.
Okay, yeah. Why am I like
It's
this?
not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
The game is about to end, but if you need to lunch, there's no problem at all. Like if you wanna take care of some things first, like it's okay.
You really.
But I think
went
we're
with it.
really close.
Really maximized the damage.
Okay, see you, Val. Thanks for coming, and Merry Christmas because it's almost Christmas. See you, man. Take care. You really went it with it too. Really maximized the damage. Some chick. Who?
Dora something. Dora Ingerland. Yeah, you mentioned her name.
Yeah, you mentioned her name.
Not Dora Dubois.
Wait, Dora Ingerland?
Something like that. Half Vazan.
Okay, so we weren't even married.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
Wow, okay, so... Oh shit, when was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, I thought he was married to her. 6 years.
Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2
Oh,
old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Ingerland really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Alright. No, I meant, what did she
She
do?
was incredibly fuckable. A beautiful bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Okay, so she was breathable, gotcha.
Heartbreak Welkin.
Alright,
Pain
well,
Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
yeah, it's almost, almost 6, 7
I
p.m., right?
think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river.
She was an
Way
artist.
east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
Okay. Am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre? This shit again.
No.
Okay, thank you. No, because a suspect seemed to
You're
think.
too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
I told you it's not that bad.
Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us?
Yep.
Well, the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? With the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Oh, and the Sea Wing is. Yeah, we heard about those guys. Those are pretty unhinged. Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It
Oh.
wasn't good press.
I imagine it wasn't.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out
Yeah.
of town, to be clear.
Mm-hmm. What happens? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
So I work in the bloody murder station.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershaw. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
The phasmids. I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
She is going to be over the moon. Watch out.
Yeah,
or
I
she'll
imagine.
faint.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will we do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
I want to do that at Station
Talk
41.
to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit in. And crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Nice. I'm ready.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark.
This is
A
it.
lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, A man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course.
Of course.
Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomny Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the RCM. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minot? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
And the end. And Kim is working for us now. Or with us. As a colleague. And this was Disco Elysium. The end of my second playthrough. Again, like, if you haven't watched this game from the beginning, this game has fantastic writing, fantastic voice acting, excellent music, atmosphere. And for the people that don't want to play this game because of the politics and all that stuff, you can focus on other things. This game has a little bit for everyone. Like, if you want to focus more on the case... Oh my god, this is... Let me lower the volume a little bit. Like, if you want to focus on the case, you can also do that. If you want to focus on more paranormal or paranatural occurrences that appear on the game, you can also focus on that. But yeah, this has been quite the ride. It's one of my favorite games of all time, so... And even though it wasn't, like, a very good stream game, I still had fun. And, yeah, it was a pleasure to stream this, as always. I will stream shorter games in the future. I will not play an RPG anytime soon again. But yeah, I hope everyone that watches this VOD or watch this stream liked it. And, yeah, I hope to bring more masterpieces to the channel once again. Not sure what I'll stream next, because there's Christmas incoming in a few days, right? So, yeah, I might not be able to stream this week. Maybe on Sunday. Not sure yet. But yeah, I'm not sure what to bring next. We can skip this because there's no, oh, I guess I'll leave the music play a little bit because it's really good. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. So, yeah. I'm not gonna stream anything more right now because it's been 2 hours. And then it's almost lunchtime for me, so yeah, still hungry. But yeah, gonna do a shorter stream today. These are the voice actors. Again, incredibly voice acting, like, it's amazing. What is they? Lena, yeah. Okay. After the credits, I'm gonna end the stream, or after this music. I will end the stream. I'll mute myself as well, so... Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you Sunday at the same time as today, so yeah. See you, everyone. Bye-bye.